Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Today we're going to talk about PBS. Before we get started, we're going to watch a quick video. Now I'm sure you've never had this particular student in your classroom.
If you have bus and daycare dismissal duty, our meeting's going to be moved back until 2:30. Thank you.
I apologize for the interruption. Here we go.
Emmanuel, do not do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. I'm trying to educate people right now, okay? Can you just stop? Can you just Emmanuel, every time. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, don't choose violence today. Please, every day we go through this. Gosh, it's never ending. Our black swan. Actually, maybe him right over there. Emmanuel, don't do it. Emmanuel, you know what? Do it. How did that make you feel? Was it everything that you ever wanted and wished for and hoped for in life? Do you feel fulfilled now?
Alrighty.
Emmanuel,
Please forgive me. Unlike the individual in the video, we want to make sure that we are approaching our students in a positive, calm manner. So what is PBS? PBS stands for Positive Behavior Support. You might also hear PBIS, which stands for Positive Behavior Intervention Support. Okay, so PBS is a model that provides staff and students a designed, proactive, school-wide discipline management program. It develops a safe and civil school climate by teaching personal responsibility, appropriate social communication, and behavior skills. It supports emotional intelligence, social and emotional learning, and then there is the intervention and support component. What can we expect from PBS? Well, the first one is consistency among staff regarding behavior expectations. So what that means is that we are all in agreement and on the same page in terms of expectations. It also promotes a positive, safe climate, effective use of data to help drive increased instructional time, decrease in referrals and behavior incidents, written responsibility lessons, and you can find those in your Luna Teacher Drive, and decreased attendance issues. Okay, there's lots of benefits to PBS. One benefit is the common language that we all use. And we'll go more in depth later on in this presentation. It also aids in classroom management and it's a proactive approach and it builds our community. Guidelines for success. The 3 R's, you're going to hear this a lot at Luna. We also consider this the Luna way. The 3 R's are be respectful, be responsible, and be ready to learn. Okay. The 3 R's should be posted in classrooms. Discuss with students the meaning of each 3 R's. Especially for us in the Montessori program, we do have students that are returning to our class. However, you should revisit the 3 R's at the beginning of every school year. There are lesson plans in the Luna Teacher Drive. I would highly encourage you to print those out and practice what the 3 R's look like in the common areas. As you can see here, here's some different examples of what the 3 R's might look like in your classroom. What I like to do is kind of have it separated like this example here. And we talk about the 3 R's pretty much daily that first week of school. And then at the end of the week, we create a social contract. And we all collaborate on what should be on that social contract. So what does be ready look like, sound like, and we do that for the other 2 R's as well. And once we are finished with our social contract, we all sign it, and then I display that in our classroom. And I often refer back to it throughout the school year. Remember, what does be ready look like? What does it sound like? Are you meeting those expectations? Next, we're going to talk about the art of supervision. This really comes into play in our common areas, which would be the cafeteria, hallways, gym, playground, library. Supervision is action. Supervision is the alert, proactive ability of a teacher to circulate within a group of students, interacting in a positive and constructive way, scanning for potential problems, defusing them before they arise, and motivating students to do their best. Scan, circulate, motivate. Alrighty, so addressing our common areas. Each area has a common language and procedure implemented school-wide, okay? So again, we just want to be consistent. Hall ready is one of the procedures, and hall means hands behind your back, all eyes forward, lips sealed, low speed. Okay, we'll go on to talk about dismissal, restrooms, and the cafeteria. All right, so going more in depth on hall ready, okay, students need to remain silent at all times. We don't want to disrupt anyone else's learning. Everyone needs to make sure that they are walking on the right side of the hallway. There's times a day where there's a lot of traffic, and we just want to make sure that we are walking on the correct side. Feet are quietly walking in a single or double line. Listen and follow directions. Also, one thing we added was stop and pick up any trash in the hallway, and we want the children to dispose of that in the nearest trash can. We want to make sure that our school is clean at all times. Okay, next is dismissal. Lower elementary will dismiss in the gym. The expectation there is to be quiet. We have walkie-talkies, so it is very difficult to hear the names being called if all the students are talking. They're more than welcome to read a book. However, no toys, definitely no Pokemon cards. They will try though, they will try. So on the left side of this PowerPoint, you will see the student expectation, and on the right side, you will see the teacher expectation. So again, students follow hallway procedures. On the way to dismissal, they need to remain quiet in line and listen for their name, okay? We do not want to keep parents waiting. Keep all items in backpack, and if it is cold outside, please make sure they are already wearing their coat. Okay, teacher expectations, an adult needs to walk students down to their dismissal location and not leave until they have ensured that there's adequate adult supervision in the area. So in our pod, 2 teachers will take bus riders, 2 teachers will take car riders. What that means is when you are taking your bus riders to the cafeteria, do not leave until the assigned teachers that need to be in the cafeteria for dismissal are there, okay? We do not want to leave our students unsupervised. Also make sure that they go to the correct table. The tables will have their bus number I don't know if this year they'll be taped on top of the tables or on the side. Regardless, they will be there. So again, just double check before you head to the gym, okay? This goes more into primary and upper L, so we're gonna skip over that. Same for these maps, they do not pertain to lower elementary. Moving on to restroom expectations. Our common phrase is go, flush, wash, leave, okay? They do not need to take anything into the restroom with them. That was a problem last year. So before students leave your class, make sure that they don't have any school supplies, okay? If you have time in the mornings, I would advise you to just do a group bathroom break. That seemed to help quite a bit. So a lot of this is pretty self-explanatory, common sense. Use toilets as expected, using an appropriate amount of toilet paper. Flush toilets and dispose of trash in proper areas. Wash and dry hands before leaving. 2 squirts of soap. Tear an appropriate amount of paper. So we normally say 1, 2, 3. That is enough for me. Okay. There's also the dryers, and students are more than welcome to use that. However, Ms. Brodnick's, her library is right next to the lower L restroom, so it can be loud and disruptive. But like I said, they are available. And as you guessed, students need to remain silent when they are in the restroom, especially our girls, because the diagnostician's office literally shares a wall with the girls' restrooms, and if they're in there talking or slamming the doors, it could disrupt an ARD. We do not want that. So just one more time, go, flush, wash, and leave. I know I am going fast, but if we need to slow down, let me know. Or if you'd like to ask questions following this presentation, that's perfectly fine. Also, this presentation is on the Teacher Luna Drive, and you can access it at any time. Okay? When students enter the cafeteria, they need to enter hall ready. Again, if you have recess duty, please do not leave until the other teachers that have lunch duty have arrived. So students need to walk quietly to designated lunch line. Wait quietly and patiently until it is their turn to be served. We do not want students to be loud in the serving line because the sweet cafeteria ladies are not able to hear. So we want to make sure that they are quiet when in the serving line. Interact appropriately with servers and cashiers. Want to make sure they're using those manners. Yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you, and please. Sit with feet under the table, not kicking the person in front of them. Talk softly with friends next to or across from you. We are not shouting to our BFF who is on the other side of the cafeteria. Eat using good manners, facing forward toward the table. Wait to be dismissed by teacher to throw away trash. Parents and visitors are not allowed to eat with their kiddos this year. We just do not have room, and it's also for safety purposes as well. Since we had to add a 4th grade section, we had to add more tables, and so I know it's unfortunate. I know some parents are upset about it, but it's just, we can't, okay? Sorry about that, guys. So again, scan, circulate, motivate. Please, please, please do not be on your phone while you are in the cafeteria, as well as the playground, okay? You need to be monitoring your students to ensure their safety. Alrighty, I'm not gonna take much more of your time. PBS lesson outline. They have goals, objectives, expectations, the teacher activity, student activity, and a review. Again, if you need help finding those lesson plans, please come and find me after this presentation, and I'll help you out. I know that if you are if you are new, you might not have access. I can share that with you. Okay, not a problem at all. Alrighty, and that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for being good listeners. Like I said, I'm going to hang out for a little bit, so if you need me, I am available.